Hi everyone, welcome back to Burkeshire Farm. My name's Frank.
And I'm Jackie.
Today we would like to bring you along with us. We're doing a video for the Last Chance Cook-Off 2022.
We would like to thank the organizers of this collaboration, and that is Mitchell from Hendricks Family Farm, Dale and Lisa from 9 Acre Family Farm, and Tony from Kettle Kitchen. There are also 3 co-hosts that we would like to recognize, and that's Chris from Chris and Larry's Homestead. There's also Tiffany from Mud and Mastera, and there is Rich from the Old Sweet Farm.
Yeah, I want to thank all of you very much for bringing this collaboration together, for bringing this YouTube community together. It has been so much fun. And so we're going to bring you along with us today. Today we're doing what we call easy, simple pepper burgers. We're not only going to do just the burgers themselves, but we're also going to show you a spice mix that we put together for our pepper burgers. It's unique. I would like to say this, and that when it comes to spices, really and truly, anybody can go online. You can look up spices for beef. You can look up spices for pork. Look up spices for chicken. And there's a lot of similarities in a lot of the different ingredients that you're going to find. I recommend to everybody that if you really want to get into your spices, I recommend to you, go and look at them. And you're going to find out online that 9 out of 10 times what you're going to see is you're going to get this is the best one of all. The best one that you're ever going to taste is the one that you go and you put some ingredients together based upon some of the videos that you watch, and then you take those ingredients, use them, taste them, and tweak them to what you like. Then and only then are you going to have the best spice they ever put on whatever it is you're making. Okay, the first thing I'd like to do for you guys is I'm going to make the spice that we like to put on. When I first started this, I personally like a little sweet with a little kick. I always have. I like a sweet seasoning that's got some punch to it. This particular recipe is perfect for it. Basically, I'm going to take a half a cup of brown sugar. I'm going to spoon it in here because I know that if I don't, it's going to just go blop. Next, we've got a tablespoon of Tony's Creole seasoning. Put that in there. I've got 1.5 tablespoons of garlic salt. This particular garlic salt has got a little bit of parsley in it. Then I've got a 1 1/8 cup of paprika. There we go. Then I've got 1 tablespoon of celery salt. Next we've got 1.5 teaspoons of onion powder. Then I've got 1 tablespoon of black pepper. Next I've got 1/2 tablespoon of chili powder. 2 tablespoons of ground mustard. I've got 1/2 teaspoon of Cayenne Pepper and 1/2 tablespoon of ground cinnamon. And get all that in there. Now, as I mentioned when I first started making this, I liked heat. And in order to do so, I would put in anywhere around, I'd say, 1 tablespoon to 1.5 tablespoons of jalapeno powder to really give it that pop. But Jackie's not real keen on the really kind of spicy stuff, so kind of backed off of that. It's still got a little bit of a spice to it, but I recommend you take it and tweak it to the way you like it best. But it really is a good seasoning.
Now we're going to assemble the pepper burgers, and we're going to put the mixture in the bowl, and Frank is going to do the mixing. So first thing we have is a pound of ground beef. And then instead of breadcrumbs, we use quinoa. And it's about 1/2 cup. You put in however much. If you like it really heavy on it, go ahead and put more. If you don't like a whole lot because you're just trying to introduce it to your family, just put a little bit. Then we're going to put in a half of an onion, and I cut them up pretty tiny. And then of course we got to put the egg in. That will help bind it together. And of course that's our fresh farm egg. I'm going to put a little bit of fresh cracked pepper in there. And just a little bit of salt. You don't want too much because you're going to be putting that seasoning on top of it. And Frank's just going to mix that around until it's all combined.
You don't want to overwork it. You just want to get it good and mixed.
And then what I had done is I have sliced the peppers, and it's about a ½ an inch thick. You don't want it too thin, but you don't want it too thick either. Too thin, it falls apart real easily, breaks apart. Too thick, then, well, it's too thick. And when you buy your peppers, you want to try and get fat peppers, sometimes the red ones can be kind of skinny, and this one was kind of skinny, because you can kind of see the difference. This is going to make a bigger, rounder pepper than this one here. So we're going to try and fill these up first, and then we fill the little ones up toward the end if we have enough meat, enough mixture left, and that way it won't really fit on a burger, but they're great to snack on.
All right. You see I got it all mixed up fairly well.
Then you just take one of your rings.
Take a little bit of this and set that down there.
You place a handful in the center of the ring, and then you just smash it down really good.
A little bit too much there, that's all right. Remember, on the grill, these are going to shrink up a little bit on you, but we've got a little trick up our sleeve to accommodate for that. Okay, and now what do you want me to just put it on? Okay, there's one.
All right, so we have the peppers all stuffed. There are a couple of extra peppers. What we do with the extra peppers in the bottoms and the tops is we freeze them, and we'll put them in soup, casseroles, anything like that. So they will be used for other purposes. While Frank's outside getting the grill ready, what I'm going to do is season up the pepper burgers. What we like to do is save our old spice jars, and then when we make a large amount, we just place a little bit inside there, and that way we're able to shake it. I'm just going to fill this jar up a little bit here. All right. Put the little top on, and then we just put however much you like on there. Make sure you flip them over and season the other side too. All right, now we just have to wait until Frank is ready with the grill.
Okay. What I do to start out, I go ahead and turn my first three burners on. I turn them on high. I want to get it hot just as fast as I can get it hot. Then once hot, I'm going to clean it up, scrape it down, and then I will come back and turn these down. And when I do that, I've got a little something I want to show you. All right. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my burners down. Bring them down. I'm going to turn the center one completely off and bring these down. I'm going to get this running, I'm going to say right in between about 375 and 400 degrees. That's where I'm targeting. All right, we'll let that go and see what it does. Okay, let's get these pepper burgers on here. I'll start out here right over on top of each one of the flames. Get a little bit of sear on it, on each side. we go. Get a sear on those just a little bit. And then stick around. I'll show you where we're going to go next.
So what I am doing is I'm getting the cheese prepared while Frank is outside grilling the burgers. And we have here 4 Swiss, and then we're going to have 4 pepper jack. And what we like to do is make it into a circle, because these are square, and when you use the square cheese, when Frank puts it on there, it just kind of all melts down into the barbecue grill, and we waste all that cheese. So what we started doing was making them into a circle. So all I do is I take a lid, and you could use a cookie cutter or anything, and I pop it out like that. So it makes a round circle. And then we don't want to waste these little ends, so all I do is I stack them on top, like so. And that will just give it a little thicker of a piece of cheese. And that's all it is. So I have them all ready for when Frank's ready to put them out on the grill.
Okay guys, it's been about 4 minutes. Let's see what we got. There we go, just a nice little char on there, perfect. We're going to do the same thing on this other side. Here we go. There we go, just like that. Let them go for another 4 minutes, and I'm right over the burners with these right now. Okay, all right guys, it's been another 4 minutes. And you can see I'm running right about 400 degrees, so it looks good. Let's see what we got. Yep, nice little char on there again. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring them in towards the center, get them off of that direct flame.
Oh, they smell so good.
Yes, they do. Look at that. You wouldn't think they would hold together as well as they are, but they do. They really do. So there we are again. I've got them off of that direct flame. Now we're cooking indirectly. We're using just mainly the heat. We're going to let these go now for probably about another 5 minutes. Don't forget, these are pretty thick burgers, so we're going to let them go now about 5 minutes indirectly. Okay, it's been about 5 minutes. We'll take a look and see what we got. Oh yeah, that's looking good. I'm going to go ahead and turn these over one more time. You can see that the pepper ring is starting to get just a little bit looser. That's okay. That hamburger in the center is shrinking up just a little bit, but I mean not to the point where it's not even manageable. I just got to be fairly careful. Like that. Okay guys, we went ahead and flipped them over. I got a feeling they're done. Yep, there's a 145, 150. You know, that's right where we want to be. We like a medium, about a medium, which is 140 to 145. So these are just above a medium, in between a medium and a medium well. That's perfect. Now all I'm going to do is I'm going to take a minute, I'm going to get the cheese on them, let them set for just a couple of minutes to melt that cheese, and then we're going to be ready to go. What we're going to do, we'll take these larger ones, get them back here on these bigger burgers. They're cut right there to fit. You notice when she cut this cheese, she put the extra cutoffs around the outside edge. I'll tell you what that's going to do, is that cheese melts. Remember when I was turning these burgers, what was happening is the meat was shrinking inside the ring, the pepper ring, ever so little bit slightly. Well, as this cheese melts, what that's going to do is it's going to seep in and combine these peppers to these burgers all over again and hold them together just the way they're supposed to go. So hang in there with us. I want to show you how these things turn out. All right, everybody, we're back in from the grill. And I got to show you, I'm pretty proud of these. Look at the way that cheese just melted down. It just melted down into the sides.
Yeah.
Yep, just melts right down into the crack around the side. That what happens is the hamburger does. It shrinks up on the grill a little bit, leaving just a little bit of space, but that cheese just melts right down in there and just combines it all back together again. These are going to be good. So now we're going to give them the taste test. What's a burger without some ketchup?
No, no ketchup. Mayo and mustard.
Are these bread and butter? These are our homemade bread and butter pickles. All right, there's that. We're not going to get all fancy with the lettuce or anything. These burgers don't even need it, trust me. This is what we want.
Ooh, that's perfect.
All right, guys, you ready? You ready for this? Absolutely perfect in my opinion. Jackie and I tend to like, just like I said, that temperature, just a little bit of hint of a pink. I love it. It's done perfectly.
Now the most important part. How does it taste?
You guys, make that seasoning. You're gonna love it. You are gonna love it. That is
It just has so many different flavors. It just kind of pops all over the place.
that is a just absolute perfect. And simple. It's simple. It's easy. Anybody could do this. Anybody could cook this burger. It doesn't matter whether you got a charcoal grill, a gas grill. You could even do these on a smoker if you wanted to and you want to add a little smoke to it. Anybody can do it. Simple, simple, simple. That's going to be about it for this video. I want to thank you very much for clicking on our channel and thank you very much for joining us out here. If you're a subscriber, thank you very much. Thank you for watching our videos and thank you for hitting that like button. That like button helps us so much out here on the farm. It basically gets our videos out in front of more and more people. So until next time,
Have a blessed day.
God bless everybody. That's a good burger.